Hello there and welcome to my channel. This is Ibrahim again from Living Debt Free, a guide to financial freedom. If you're watching this video, I'm about to tell you some things that the financial institutions do not want you to know. Okay, so before we get started, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel and hit that notification button. Also, hit like, don't forget to like the video. So if you're watching this channel, more than likely you are already in debt. And this is what I'm going to focus on right now. I'm going to make some other videos that are going to focus on people just starting out in life that have yet to fall into that debt crisis. And if you're coming from the United States, and this is pretty much what I'm going to concentrate on people living in the United States. So if you're in the U.S. and you're still in high school, you might want to watch might want to watch those videos when I put them out, because by the time you if you go to university or technical school or college, more than likely you're going to have student loans. So what I'm going to try to give you some pointers on how to avoid the situation of being heavily in debt to student loans. There are ways around it, and we will talk about that in other videos. So as I said, in this video, I want to concentrate on people who are already in debt. Okay, now this is the first steps that you have to do, and I'm trying to keep these videos short, concise, to the point, because number one, I don't want to bore you. I don't want to take up much of your time. I want you to be able to get a little bit of wisdom, let it seep in, and think about it, practice it, some of it, and then move on to the next video. So the first thing you have to do is you have to take an inventory of your debts. And this is going by everyone that you owe, whether it's financial institution, just regular people, whatever it is that you owe. Then you have to categorize it by amount, and you should also categorize it by feasibility in payment. So, for example, importance of payment, actually. So, if you have a car, if you have a home, and you're late on those are the most important ones you got to take care of. You got to get them up to date at the very least. And once you got it up to date, make the payments, right? Later on, I'll talk about how it's better if you don't have the money to build a home, or if you don't get a personal loan to build a home, how it's better just to rent. I will go into that on a different video, but I'm telling you people now, if you don't own a home, don't worry about getting into it. The most important thing is, if you're at this situation where you're watching these videos, more than likely your credit is already messed up. If you're living in the U.S., your credit rating is low. So keep in mind, number one, the United States at one point used to have a debtor's prison. A lot less people would take loans because if they couldn't pay it back, they would go to jail. The financial institutions themselves lobbied to get rid of the debtor's prison in order to be able to institute a system of credit, which is what they have today, the credit system, the credit score, right? So what happens is, if you owe money to somebody, unless you have it's a title loan, unless it's you took a loan and used your property or your vehicle or something as collateral, unless you did that, then they can't really take anything from you. This is the truth, okay? And you can verify this with any attorney that deals with civil lawsuits, okay? From companies that sue people, right? So this is what happens, all right? If the debt that you have, that you owe, is to someone who you have collateral on, you need to pay those first. Anything else, you don't have to worry about it. Pay your debts so you can be debt free. But you have to be strategic in how you pay. The worst thing to do is pay that minimum payment. Minimum payment, what minimum payment means is you are paying the fee and the interest rate, which means you're not putting a dent on your loan or your debt, whatever it is that you owe money on. Don't, if it's a huge loan that you can't take care of right now, just let it ride. As you know, take care of the small stuff first, as long as the bigger stuff aren't things like your home, your vehicle, or anything in which they can take from you some type of property that you owe because you have it as collateral. All right, but anything else, whether if it's a phone bill, a credit card, let's be straight. If you have a credit card and you owe crazy money on it, clip it and then pay for it. You need to take care of this stuff, but your credit's already messed up. Don't be thinking, oh, if I don't pay the minimum payment, my credit's going to get messed up. Your credit's already messed up. So don't worry about it. If your credit's already messed up, then you need to take care about paying the smaller things. Pay the smaller things. That the first thing you need to do is make an inventory. And the things that can be taken out quickly, if you owe 200, 300 here, whatever, instead of, if you owe a total where you find yourself paying like $1,200, $1,500 a month in debts, but you have like a loan for 200 or 300, a debt that's 200, 300, pay that, pay it off. Don't worry about everybody else. They're going to call you, they're going to email you, whatever. They're going to threaten to put you in jail. They cannot put you in jail. You cannot be put in jail for not paying your debt in the United States of America. They cannot do this. Even if they sue you, if you don't have the money to pay, all the judge can do is put an order on you. He can't arrest you because there is no law that allows him to arrest you. All that he can do is garnish your wages, which means they're going to take a little bit of money to pay the companies that are owed money, and those companies would rather settle with you than get a little bit of money at a time. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, because at the end of the day, the judge knows that more than likely, if you've made it to court, that means it's a company that bought your debt from another company who bought their debt from another company. That's all it is. Because this is what companies do. Companies buy debts so that then they raise your interest rate, they raise everything, and you end up paying more. This is the first step. The first step is identifying the bills that you have to pay, identifying the debt that you need to pay now in order to not lose any type of property, and then of course the debt you need to pay that you can pay. The debt that you can take care of paying now quickly. Take care of the quick debts. The smaller debts, get rid of them quickly. Don't worry about it. If you owe $50,000 or $15,000 to some bank or something, and there's no collateral to it, if they can't take anything from you, then what you do. And please, no matter how tempting it sounds, do not declare bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is the biggest scheme for financial institutions because it just means that they know they're not going to get their money, but because your credit score has gotten so low, they can't like loan you money. But if you declare bankruptcy, then guess what happens at the end of the day? Those same banks will end up wanting to lend you more money to keep you in debt. Bankruptcy should be seriously the very last thing. Unfortunately, people jump too quickly to declare bankruptcy. So, to recap, the first steps to financial freedom, to be living debt free, is to make an inventory of your debt. And those debts that have collateral to it need to be put up to date. And once those are up to date, then you get rid of the small stuff quickly. And And once you've gotten rid of the small stuff, if you owe, for example, a total of $1,500 a month in different debts, and you owe one for $300, one for $400, one for $500, whatever, that $1,500 debt that you've been paying every month, you know, minus whatever your whatever you have, like your mortgage, if you have a mortgage, a car payment, if you have a car payment, minus that. So if you say that after you pay the mortgage and your car payment, you have $300, $400, and you have a loan that you owe $300, pay that off immediately. That's one less debt because your credit's already messed up. And after a year of doing this, once you've caught up, once you've gotten rid of the small stuff, and you start paying on the big stuff, because you now have extra money to take care of the big stuff quickly, you'll find that your credit score has gone up by 100 points in 1 year, even or more. So this is, like I said, this is the first steps in gaining your financial independence and living debt-free. Freedom from debt will then allow you to build a savings, to build wealth, to live better, to live healthier, to have a higher quality of life. And as I said, you know, I'll be making different videos for this too. You know, in the next video, I'll talk about more about other things, you know, other steps to do to find yourself, to get yourself just that beginning, to get yourself in the swing of things of being able to get out of that debt. And that's the most important. Like I said, these videos that I'll be making in the beginning will be mostly concentrated on U.S. Citizens living in the United States who are in debt and you know, want to get out of debt. And more likely, if you're watching this video, you're one of these. But I will be making other videos for people who are just starting off in life. So I want to thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification button. Smash that like button and leave a comment.